Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, let us see how we can find the inverse of a matrix. So let's take an example here. In this example, let us say the matrix A is given to us by these elements 1, 4, -1 and -3. Very simple example. And then in here, we are interested, let me write this, find inverse of this matrix. So as step number 1, to find the inverse of this matrix, we're going to write the matrix equation. What is the matrix equation? Let me write that here. The matrix equation is A times X is equal to I. Okay, so in here A is the given matrix. We have 1, 4, -1 and -3. This is our matrix A, and then the X matrix is, we'll write the variable terms as x11, x12, x21 and x22, like that. And then I is the identity matrix. Since the given matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, we're going to write the identity matrix as a 2 by 2 matrix as well, and we can write that as 1, 0, 0, 1. One of the properties of identity matrix is that we have ones along the major diagonal, and then the rest of the elements will be zeros in there. Now let me finish this. The 1, 4, -1, -3 is matrix A, and then the variable terms x1, x11, x12, x21, x22 is the variable matrix, like that, and then is equal to the identity matrix. In here we can perform the multiplication process. We can perform the multiplication process. We can take A times X and see what we get, and then we will equate it to the identity element matrix. So 1 times we take, how do we do this? We take the first row of the first matrix, multiply it to the first column of the second matrix, and then multiply to the second column of the second matrix, like this. 1 times x11 will be 1 x11 plus 4 times x22 will be 4 x21, and then the next one will be 1 times x12 will be x12, and then plus 4 times x22, 4 times x22. We've exhausted the first row of the first matrix. Then we take the second row of the first matrix and perform the same operation. -1 times x11 will be -x11 minus 3x21, and then -x12 minus 3x22, and all of this we'll put that in brackets that way, is equal to this identity matrix, which is on the right hand side of the equal to sign. And now, to find the values of these variables, we will equate the elements in this product matrix to the elements in the identity matrix. So the way we want to write it out is as follows: x11 plus 4x21 is equal to 1, and then -x11 minus 3x21 is equal to 0, and that is the locations we have on the product matrix. These are the elements we have on the identity matrix, and therefore we're going to equate them to those. Similarly, we have x12 plus 4x22 is equal to 0, which is on the identity matrix, which is on the first row, second column. And then in the second row, second column, we have negative x12 minus 3x22 is equal to 1. So we have 4 equations. If we were to solve these, we should be able to find the values of x11, x12, x21, and x22. So the way to do that is as follows. If we take these two equations, I'm going to call this one as equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, and equation 4. If we were to look at equations 1 and 2, if we were to add them, if we were to add these two, x11, negative x11, these cancel out, leaving us with 4x21 minus 3x21 will be x21. 1x21 is equal to 1. We got the value of x21. Having got the value of x21, we can go back and then find the value of x11 by plugging it into equation number 1. So x11 plus 4 times x21 is 1 is equal to 1. So x11 is equal to 1 times 1 minus 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So when we subtract 4 on both sides, it's going to get cancelled out on the left hand side and then appear on the right hand side as a negative 4. So therefore the value of x11 is going to be equal to negative 3. So we got the value of x11 and then x12 from just looking at equations 1 and 2. So let's do the same thing by looking at equations 3 and 4. If we look at equations 3 and 4, if we were to physically add these two equations, x12 and negative x12 cancels out, leaving us with 4x22 minus 3x22 will be 1x22, or just x22 is going to be equal to x22 is equal to 1, isn't it? So this is x22. So once we got the value of x22, we can find the value of x12 by plugging it into equation 3. So that will be x12 plus 4 times 1 is equal to 0. Then x12 is equal to 0 minus 4, because when we subtract 4 on both sides, the 4 cancels out on the left hand side and appears on the right hand side as a negative 4. Therefore x12 is equal to negative 4. So we got all the 4 values. And then let us now write it out in this format. Normally the way we want to write a matrix is as follows. x11 means it is first row first column, x12 means first row second column, x21 means second row first column, and then x22 means second row second column. So if we were to substitute the values of x11, x12, x21 and x22, that is going to give us the inverse of this matrix. Therefore x11 we have negative 3, and x12 we have a negative 4, and then for x21 we have a 1, and then for x22 we have a 1. So we were able to successfully find the inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. This is one procedure. There are several other ways to find an inverse of a matrix, so we're going to talk about that in my next presentation.